leaves you all alone, and nobody calls you on the phone. Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Well, here I am, honey. Come on, yeah, cry to me. Oh, when you're alone in your lonely room, and there's nothing but the smell of your perfume. Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel that? Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Come on, come on, cry to me. Oh, oh, yeah, ain't nothing could be sadder than a glass of wine alone. You know what I'm saying? That's loneliness, loneliness, such a waste of time, right, Ross? Waste of time. Oh, don't you ever, don't you ever have to walk alone. You ain't gotta walk alone. Come on, take my hand, baby, won't you walk with me? Come on, take a little walk. On the drums, take a little walk. Feel like crying. Feel like crying. Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Crying. Come on, cry to me. Oh yeah. Woo! I love it. As you are able to, please stand and join in our congregational song, We Come Together. Woo! We got Ross today, everyone. And Daz is here to join us. Here we go. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Ah, lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. 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 In the name of love. We come together. 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 In the name of love. Ross.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Oh yeah. And lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together.
We come together.
We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together.
We come together.
We come together. We come together.
We come together.
In the name of love.
From every walk of life.
Every walk of life.
Every creed and color.
Every creed and color.
In kinship we unite.
Kinship we unite.
In honor of the God in each other. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
Woo! Take a look at the person next to you. What do we say, Roz?
Say I love, namaste, I bow to you.
That's right, yeah.
Feel the love in the sanctuary. And lift your voice, repeat after me.
Repeat after Roz.
We come together.
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 In the name of love. We come together.
Morning. My name is Juanita Gardner, and it is a privilege and honor to serve as one of the practitioners here at the center. Thank you. I now invite Sylvia to bring the candle forward. This candle represents the light that we are as this community.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, you are. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Now it's time to read the affirmation. Through mindful and respectful exploration. Oh, can you hand me that one? Sorry. Oh, thank you. Sure. The circle of love is complete. This love includes all and is by unity. We journey together in that hand in hand. We sit in the presence of and see the face of God in all. So I just invite you to turn within. Just recognizing that there is only one power, one presence, and it is operating right here, right now, in, through, and as each of us. And that I bless this service, knowing that it unfolds in divine perfect order, lacking nothing. And each and every heart and hand that participates, it is guided and guarded and directed by Spirit within. I give thanks for each person that participates in any way. And I know that the voice of Reverend Veronica reaches each heart and each mind in a personal and direct way. Knowing that this service is already complete in the heart and mind of God, I affirm that it is great, grand, and glorious in every way. And so it is.
One moment, please. Good morning, everybody. Hi, I'm Ray Bradford. I'm a longtime member of Namaste and now a proud and excited member of our unified community of Namaste in Seal Beach. For those of you who are familiar faces, who we've seen either here in our unified community or going back decades at Namaste and Seal Beach, thank you for joining us once again here or online. And if you are joining us for the first time, either here in person or online, welcome. We truly are different because you are here. We are one. Concepts of time, distance, and space are only man-made constructs. We are one, and all we have to do to bridge that gap is to bring you into mine, and at that moment, we are one. We are together. There's no distance, no time, no space. And that's a blessed thing. It's like I get goosebumps thinking about that. We are a radically welcoming community. I know that. You can feel it. We believe here at Namaste Seal Beach Centers for Spiritual Living that all paths lead to the truth, that love is all that there is, and that is a mighty powerful thing. It is already within us. It's not something outside. We may forget, either through external challenges or internal lack of mindfulness, we may forget that love is already inside of us. So if we need a little help, we reach out to others in the community. We certainly reach out to practitioners or ministers. But the knowledge that love is who we are and it is already inside of us is, dare I say, damn powerful. It is wonderful. Let me introduce you to some of the people who are here as your hosts today besides myself. Our speaker today is the most awesome Reverend Veronica Silva. Our music director is Lena Hayek. Joined today by Des Glover. And a very special treat for those of us who go back many, many, many years with her, Roz Esposito. As you've seen, our practitioner on platform is the wonderful Juanita Gardner. And bringing up the light and holding us in vigil in the back of the room is Sylvia Hungerford. Our leadership presenters, which you'll meet after I'm through up here, are both Debbie Ann Vokes and Marjorie Ray, both the respective presidents of the board and leadership council of the respective communities before they are formally brought into one leadership group. And you'll meet her later. Our head of the youth and family group is Wenda Arcala, and you will meet the ushers later on. But for right now, speaking of meeting some people who aren't up here with me, why don't we just take a moment and meet and greet each other? Like to start making your way back to your seats, please. If you would like to make your way back to your seats, please. This is in musical chairs. There's going to be no prize. You still have your seat to return to. Today's talk is, I just want to share one thing before I turn it over to the leadership team. Usually it's not a bad thing. It's just if Science of Mind and our Centers for Spiritual Living and the teachings that we ascribe to teaches us one thing besides the fact that love is all there is and love is inside of us already, is that we have the space that we create, and we create for ourselves and with each other to live an authentic life no matter how we're feeling. And today I'm feeling a bit vulnerable. And for those of you who follow me on Facebook, know that my father, who's 95, just last night underwent the third emergency brain surgery in 3 months. He's fine today, but it's for a subdural hematoma, gathering of blood on the brain, not inside the brain, which would be a stroke. But still, like a bass note throughout the entire process is the fact that he's 95. And my mother, who's 96, is back in the apartment. And so it's been just a challenging overnight. But the teachings remind me, and if I forget, I reach to my husband, who was raised in religious science, or to the practitioners, or to all of you, that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. My father is exactly where he's supposed to be. It is all in divine right order, and because there is no distance, time, or space, just bringing him into consciousness now in the presence of all of these beautiful angels here, I know that that energy is already in his room at the hospital. And so it's kind of ironic because living authentically not only means passionately living your purpose, which is the talk of Reverend Veronica, but my vulnerability has preceded what's been happening with my dad. For the past year, I've been feeling like something has just been asking to be addressed inside of me. I felt very emotional, very vulnerable, very raw, as if my spirit inside keeps on knocking, saying, I need your attention, I need your full attention for a moment. Even like, I think 2 months ago, it was on a Sunday when I was co-hosting with Lorraine, I was just what I called my cracked egg moment. If you talked to me, I would cry, but not out of sadness. If you hugged me, I would shake, but not out of despair or anything. I knew that something was asking to be birthed, and something was asking for me to set the table to have that conversation with Spirit. So, for the past 6 months, I've been training, I've been studying, I've been researching, and tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., you know, when you train for something and you hold something in vision and all of a sudden it's there, emotions just rise up on their own, saying, stand aside, Ray, I'm coming out. So tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., I'm on a flight to Southwest France, and Thursday morning I step off for a 500-some-mile personal spiritual pilgrimage to start the Camino de Santiago. And I'm calling it the deep dive. You know, Spirit wanted to have a conversation, and I can't think of a broader table, a more deeper table to have that conversation. There'll be people around, but at the end of the day, if you're a hiker or you're a biker, it's really between you and the pedal or the ground. And I know that things will be with me. So I want to take you along with me, but I've saved a lot of airfare, so you're just going to be I've created this website. Homepage is rayscaminodeepdive.com. Very simple. It's got different elements to it, links to Ernest Holmes and Science of Mind, as well as information on the Camino. But most importantly is my blog, which is called Deep Dive Days. And I will be posting, I've already started posting on my Facebook page. You can follow me. The link is going to be on our newsletter every week. Or if you just go on the website, you can catch up and read the blog posts. I also call it 500 Miles, Boots, Backpack, and Ernest. And Ernest is Ernest Holmes. I have this little book, 175 pages. It's called This Thing Called You. It's an amazing book. I have taken this book with me, crossing sacred mountains in Tibet, Everest Base Camp, and sea kayaking in the Antarctic Peninsula. At any given moment, and things not so grand, like just backpacking or walking in the neighborhood. I'll have it with me, and Ernest will speak to me wherever I am. And so my blog posts are not just going to be, oh, here I am today, this is what I saw, this is what I ate. It'll be distance and pictures of where I am, but very authentic posts, and interspersed with passages from Ernest Holmes, either here or some of his other writings. So I invite you to join me on this Camino, and witness, as I will be witnessing firsthand, what this conversation that has been asking to be birthed inside of me, what will happen. And so I can't think of a better community to carry with me on the Camino, because you'll all be with me. So at this point, I want to invite the leadership team up, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Awesome. Very exciting. Okay, my name is Debbie Ann, and I am president of the Board of Trustees. And
I am Marjorie Ray. I am chair of the Leadership Council of Seal Beach Center for Spiritual Living.
yes, we have some announcements, but the first thing we're going to do is read our unification vision. If you can read this with us, please. Through mindful and respectful exploration, we are creating a healthier foundation that supports and engages a whole beloved community, equipped to launch new strategies for a thriving spiritual center. And amen to that. Okay.
Next Sunday, we will have a meditation before service at 10, from 10:20 to 10:40 over in the youth room, the building over, two-story building across from the parking lot. And all are invited. It's a wonderful way to get grounded before you come in for the service.
Okay, time to talk. Join Eileen C. Davis as we continue our journey of change. This is an excellent opportunity to make suggestions, air concerns, and learn about the ongoing activities supporting our beautiful unification. And this is tomorrow at 2 p.m., which happens to be on a Monday, and we're asking you to join Eileen and have time to talk. And remember, it's in person, so you get to come here to Seal Beach, and you get to be in community again.
And this Saturday, we have Soul Sisters Women's Group, which is a group that's working with the eldering of life, and it's led by our wonderful Reverend Juanita, and they get to discuss all the issues that come about as we process through eldering.
Okay, living the 4 agreements. Okay, if you've taken the class, yay, let's live. Now we have to live in it. So it's great to be in a workshop, but then we have to go out in the community and our daily lives, and we've got to live the 4 agreements. So the first Wednesday each month with Reverend Veronica from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Zoom. You can sign up on Eventbrite, and it's just a discussion amongst whoever shows up with Reverend Veronica facilitating about how are we living the 4 agreements? What are the challenges? What are the victories? So join us.
And coming soon, we are going to have another opportunity for you to go through the deep dive workshop that looks at all 4 of the agreements. And it's going to be September 23rd, Saturday, September 23rd from 1:30 to 5. It's an amazing experience to really do the deep dive that goes through all 4 agreements, and that's going to be led by Reverend Veronica. And you can sign up on Eventbrite.
Yes, and also we've got mindfulness training coming up. So Casey Howe is going to teach mindfulness as we come to a conclusion of our current class. So there is an interest sign up on the welcome table. So there's 20 persons per class. So if you're interested, sign up. Thank you.
And let me say that is an amazing class. Raise your hand if you've already been in one of the 2 classes. Ask any of these people how wonderful that class is, and then don't miss the chance to sign up.
Okay, now, we've had some questions about envisioning a new name. So I just want to clarify some things. Visioning, the actual visioning, is going to be our whole entire community. Okay, so today, after service, Reverend Bobby will lead the visioning, and it'll be this week and the next 2 Sundays. So after you have fellowship, and you're still kind of wandering around, Reverend Bobby's going to call anybody who wants to be part of the visioning will come and take a seat, and we'll start to lead it. The 15-people group is going to take everything that comes from the community visioning and will just quantify it and take all of this information, and that will be presented later to the board and the leadership council for approval. So we just wanted to be mindful and let everybody know that the visioning itself is completely community-led. So that begins today. You don't have to be at every one, so if you can't stay today, you can stay either next Sunday or the Sunday after and participate in envisioning a new name for this beloved community.
Thank you. You want to
Yeah,
start?
I will
Okay.
start. Now, I'm going to show you a slide in a second, but yesterday we had a wonderful day of cleanup and organization. Here at the center, we had lots of people that joined us. And there's going to be a list of names, but you will know these people by their little tag that says, I showed up. And it's got a star on it. And yeah, and it was in the office, it was in the sanctuary, it was in the youth building, all parts of our community area that we cleaned up, we organized. It was wonderful. The dog run out there, it looks pristine. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
So,
Can I just?
yes, go
One
right
thing.
ahead.
I was just going to say, and the last piece of physically moving to our center was moving the office. And that was moved on Wednesday, unpacked on Thursday with 2,000 boxes. And Saturday, I would say 80% of that was put away. There's still some little work up to do, but if you go back to the bridal room, it is now cleaned up and available. We are one.
Yes. So here is a list of names, but I did not want to forget there were 2 names that didn't make this slide, and those 2 names are Eileen C. Davis and Diane Ronner. But that, in addition to all these names. So that's a big thank you to everybody that participated. And if you didn't get a chance, I'm sure there'll be another time. So, thank you very much.
Thank you both. Really appreciate all you do. And this is the time where this is our sacred song, so if you'd like to take a little bit of time to maybe close your eyes, keep them open, whatever you'd like to do, just a point of meditation for you, whatever way, however way you go internally. Power of now is always present, nowhere to be than where you are. The power of now flows so gracefully. The power of now is always perfect, nothing to be than who you are. Power of now flows oh so easily. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes away and everything washes away in the power of now. The power of now is ever flowing, connecting us soul to the one, the power of now, unfolds so peacefully. So be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes away, and everything washes away in the power of now. The power of now. The power of now. Power of now.
I have to make a correction because on this weekend, it's going to be Dory that will do the senior, no, not the Soul Sisters. And you may have noticed that we look a little different, right? Okay. Oh, because of what happened in Jacksonville, Florida yesterday, I thought about changing my talk. But my husband said to just leave it the way it is. And I remembered what a friend said to me when I was having similar feelings, and she said, "Are you loyal to what you believe, what you say you believe?" So, those of you who know me know I love quotes. A quote from Howard Thurman, mentor of Dr. Martin Luther King, he wrote, "Keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve, that I may not forget that to which my life is committed." I also heard someone say that I can't remember who it was, but she said humorously, "Take my advice, I'm not using it." So that reminds me to follow my own counsel as I do this talk this morning. The theme for the month is passion and purpose, and it is my intention to share one of my passions with you. So I'm going to stick with the talk I planned as I feel directed by Spirit within. Since 2007, I have had the privilege and honor of facilitating and co-facilitating practitioner studies here at the center. In June 2018, Dr. Kathy Hearn, then our community spiritual leader, asked me to do the call for the practitioners for that year. It was a privilege and honor to serve in that way, as I am passionate about being a practitioner. I'm sharing some thoughts from that talk as it gives some insights as to what it means to me to serve as a licensed practitioner, because we all are practitioners, whether licensed or not. But several people ask me, what are the requirements to be licensed? In addition to these class requirements, I believe that we're called to love, to be the presence, to be of service, to live, act, and speak from the awareness of our oneness with God and our oneness with each other. It is said that God doesn't call the qualified, God qualifies the call. God doesn't call the qualified, God qualifies the called. Preparing for this talk, many quotes came to my mind that support and inspire me. It is my desire that these quotes will inspire others, especially those of you who have answered the call or considering answering it. Ernest Holmes, our founder, writes that the practitioner's work begins and ends in his or her own mind. Indigenous people say when you heal yourself, you heal 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. As the descendant of slaves and slave owners, if I work on healing myself, I believe I heal all my ancestors and descendants. As a descendant, I lost my place here. Emerson wrote, God would not have his work made manifest by cowards. It takes courage and fortitude to trust, to act as if God is all in all and through all. Even when our human eyes or experiences appear to deny or contradict that spiritual truth, God and only God. In our grief and in our tears, in times of joy and celebration, God and only God. In times like these, God and only God. The list goes on ad infinitum. My favorite quote from Ernest Holmes is from so many of you who hear me say this all the time. From selfish reasons alone, if from no loftier reason, we cannot afford to fault, to hold in mind anything against any living soul. That reminds me that this is a reciprocal universe, and what I send out and what I put out returns to me like a boomerang. That also reminds me to forgive. Forgiving and releasing others from their mistakes, I trust that I will be equally forgiven for mine. From Marianne Williamson, we hear, we're encouraged to fully express the glory of God within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. It's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we consciously or unconsciously give others permission to do the same. Another favorite from Holmes is what he said about Jesus. Whether you see him as Savior, the master teacher, the way shower, elder brother, or as the ultimate role model, he writes, humble in his humanity, compassionate in his tenderness, understanding the frailties of the human mind, he lets the Great Spirit speak through him in words of love and sympathy. I just love that phrase. Understanding the frailties of the human mind, he spoke with love and sympathy. This reminds me to treat people as if I know their stories. We have all been hurt or betrayed, and we have all hurt or betrayed another, intentionally or not. Even though we are spiritually whole, perfect, and complete, I believe that we can all be wounded healers. Wounded healers are described as people whose painful experiences enable them to help others. They are good listeners, sympathetic, accepting, and resourceful. They view all experiences as opportunities. From the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi, I hear the call for every practitioner. God, grant that I may seek rather to comfort than to be comforted, understand than to be understood, to love than to be loved. It's by forgiving that one is forgiven. I would be disingenuous if I didn't say something about self-care and self-acceptance. It is said that when self-care and self-acceptance are integrated into our lives, our acts of service become more authentic, and we approach helping others with genuine empathy. My desire for spiritual perfection can cause me to want to overlook my humanness and do a spiritual bypass. I'm reminded that no matter how spiritual I become, I will never rise above being human. I will close with another quote from Howard Thurman, the mentor for Martin Luther King. I want to be more loving in my heart, so that through both unconscious awareness and deliberate intent, I will be a kind and generous human being. And so it is.
Wow, that was incredible. Thank you so much. Somewhere And the dreams that you dreamed of once in a lullaby. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dreamed of, dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to, why, oh, why can't I? Oh, well, I see trees of green, red roses too. I'll watch them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed sun and the dark sacred night, and I say to myself, what a wonderful world. Ain't it though? Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, just like all the faces of people walking by. I see friends shaking hands, hand in hand. They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, I'll think to myself, what a wonderful world. That's right. Wonderful. Someday I'll wish upon that star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dare to dream, why, oh, why can't I? Oh,
Let's give some more love. Lena, Des, and Roz, thank you so much. Love that song. I love that song. Good morning. Good morning. Namaste, Seal Beach Center for Spiritual Living. So glad to be here. Yes, so glad to be here. Yes, and I'm going to start my talk out today with a little video I made, and thank for the cleaning day we had yesterday. And I caught a lot of people off guard, and so I'm grateful for your playing with me yesterday when I was taking pictures and videos. And if I missed you, I apologize, and I thank everyone who was here helping us clean yesterday. So if we can start off with the video.
That you're asking about purpose, because I've been actually thinking about that lately, and it starts to feel like almost like an obligation, like I have to figure out this big grandiose purpose for my life, and that just adds this kind of like pressure that I have to do some magnificent thing. And I started thinking that really my purpose can just be to exist and to be the best me that I can be.
Debbie Ann, tell me what purpose means to you.
Purpose means to me, well, sometimes I use it interchangeably with the word intention.
Okay.
So having an intention, for me, I always say energy follows intention. Mm-hmm. So if I have an intention or a purpose, then my energy follows that.
Hi, Pam.
Hi.
Can you tell me a little bit about what the word purpose means to you?
Oh, I've been thinking a lot about that lately. It means having a place in the world where you think you can make a difference. Where you can make a difference. And that comes in many different forms. Right now, mine is trying to find where batteries live so I can make labels.
And that is purpose in action. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I'm here with Tori and Mary. And why are you here on a Saturday cleaning up the center? Is it a calling of your purpose?
Absolutely a calling.
Well, I think we're crazy, but yes, it's
crazy.
a crazy calling.
Exactly.
We do a crazy calling. Is
Yes,
that okay?
that's purpose as well.
Okay,
Exactly.
that's purpose. Okay.
Yeah. What do you feel? Do you feel like you have? What is your purpose on this earth? Do you feel like you know that?
Yes.
Easily.
Service.
Yes, service completely.
Service.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We very much appreciate your service to this world and to our community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
It's our honor.
Thank you. Aren't they amazing? Yes, yes. Beautiful. Yes, beautiful souls serving our center. Absolutely, in so many ways. So it just really got me thinking about, our authentic purpose. Like Wenda mentioned, sometimes we can think, oh my God, what is my purpose? I don't know what my purpose is. I better go find my purpose. What is my purpose? And you just spend so much time and energy worrying and thinking and wondering what my purpose is, what are my gifts, that we kind of miss what's going on and being present to what is so in this moment. And so purpose is not really something that that we have to struggle to find out about. I think as we live each day, one day at a time, one moment at a time, one breath at a time, it becomes revealed to us, through us, yes? Yes, yes. And on our first slide, my question, I'm going to start with a question for you. Am I doing the slides? On my first slide, I'm asking you, have you lived according to what was acceptable and appropriate in the paradigm of your family or community, hiding your authentic purpose? Sometimes we choose to play small, yes, sometimes. It's uncomfortable, don't want to rock the boat, don't want to speak up. Maybe it's, we just don't like, who likes to be uncomfortable? Come on, be honest with me. Who likes to be, oh, yay. That uncomfortableness is the seed growing. It's that struggle like the butterfly in the chrysalis. That uncomfortableness helps us to grow and evolve into the next best expression of ourselves. Ernest Holmes talks about the spiral. And sometimes we think we're spiraling down because there's struggle and uncomfortableness. But what that is, it's like a slide, like chutes and ladders, as we spiral up to the next level of evolution in our consciousness. You see that? So as we learn to be with the uncomfortableness of living our authentic purpose, we get to ride like chutes and I just love that game, chutes and ladders. We get to ride that downswing of uncomfortableness and growth and revealing the next best expression of who we are as we ride and evolve and spiraling up. And as we know, as a spiral grows bigger and bigger at the top. And that's who we are, spiraling upwards ad infinitum. Never stop growing, never stop evolving. We're continuously growing together. That's the beauty of saying yes to your authentic self. And what does that mean, saying yes? What does that mean? It sounds kind of new agey, right? Say yes to your authentic self. What does that really mean, right? It means listening to that inner voice within you. Has anybody kind of heard that little voice and saying like, oh no, not today. I think you have me mixed up with somebody else, You know that saying, you're never given more than you can handle? And you say, right? It's like, you haven't been confused with someone else? But no. We're in this to grow and learn and evolve. And it's not always, I'll say this is a term that I learned in New Thought. It's not always happy clappy, right? It's not always happy clappy. Yeah. Because if we want to make a difference in this world and say yes to the vision that God has brought forth through us, each individual, the seed that has been planted within us, if we want to grow into that, we're going to be uncomfortable. We're going to be uncomfortable, but I know, because we are all here in this room, that we have said yes to that seed that has been planted within us, that potentiality that exists within each and every one of us, that's individualized, perfectly individualized, personalized, monogrammed with your initials on it, to express as you to make a difference in this world. Can I get a hallelujah to that? Yes. That is who you are. That is what I know you to be. And that is our job, to know that for each other in this community and out in the world, to see that within you, even when it doesn't look like it. Especially when it doesn't look like it, because we're human beings. We're human beings. We're going to go through. Thank you, Ray, for your share, your authentic, heartfelt share. We're going to go through the life of a human being, because that's who we are, right? So we're going to go through the ups and downs of life. And we don't have to, I'm telling you right now, we no longer have to pretend. We don't have to pretend. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be hurting. It's okay to fall apart. Because sometimes life does that, right? Does it not? Gives us these curveballs, if you will. Gives us these curveballs that we didn't expect. And then we sometimes spend more energy trying to pretend that that's not happening. We forget to put the energy into just being with what's happening, you know. So I'm giving you, and I want you to give yourself permission to not be okay sometimes, right? Sometimes that's just life. Because that part of uncomfortableness, that part of grief, or that part of sadness, or that part of anger, or whatever it is that sometimes we don't want other people to know that's going on, that is the growth. That is the fertilizer for our unfoldment. Yes, that is the fertilizer for our unfoldment until the next level and the next expression of our purpose on this earth. Absolutely. We have, like I said, this potentiality as we move to our next slide. Without you, infinite potential remains just that, potential. It stays unformed possibility. It is you who are needed by life for its potential to take form. Can I get an amen to that? Amen, yes. God needs us to express itself through you to make a difference in this world. So if anyone struggles with worthiness, not enoughness, understand this: God needs you to express itself as an instrument of good, as a human being, and all that comes with us, all the flavors that we get to express, that you and I are needed as expressions of God on this earth. Can you just feel that right now in your body? Can you just feel that? Whew, I say yes to that. So that seed that's germinating within you, that you are either have already recognized and are starting to express on this earth, or you're still thinking about what my purpose, what my authentic self is, just allow yourself to say yes to what your heart. Just allow yourself to say yes to your heart. And sometimes that's scary, right? Sometimes it's talking, or maybe it's talking in front of a group. Oh my gosh, that can be very scary to talk in front of a group. I still get scared coming up here talking in front of a group. It's just a natural, human expression when your nerves and your nervous system kicks in and your fight or flight kicks in. That's just natural. That's just who we are. That's the way God made us, to have that human nervous system. Thank God our fight or flight is in place, right, to keep us safe when the tigers come to chase us like they do all the time in Seal Beach, But our nervous system thinks that the tiger's there, right? And so we get afraid and constrict and either run, flight, or we fight, or we freeze. That's what happens when we get nervous or afraid. But I'm telling you that even that is okay. Even that part of you that gets afraid, that becomes afraid, that it's okay, because that is once again part of the journey. When we're doing something in our purpose that we've never done before, of course we're going to be afraid, of course. But what happens oftentimes is that we start to judge ourselves, do we not? Like, I should be better at this by now. Oh, they do it better than me. Oh, that didn't turn out the way I want. You know, we just start judging ourselves. Why can't I do this better? And what happens when we do that judgment is that we tend to then do that about others. When we make a mistake and we judge ourselves, what will happen is we'll tend to go, and when we see someone else making a mistake, we will have a tendency to judge them as well. And so it is in that place, that's a perspective. That is the perspective. That is your perspective. I don't know how many people are in here. Say there's 70 people in here. There's 70 different perspectives of what I'm doing up here right now, yes? Absolutely. Based on your ancestors, based on your history as children, based on where you are today, you're going to see and hear something different, all of you. And that's the perspective. And so if we are looking at on the stage of life, and so we're watching the stage of life, and we are judging, criticizing someone or something that's happening, that is you and that is me. I am the observer of being the observing the observed, if you will. And if there's something about what we're observing, we have an opinion about it, it creates separation. That opinion, that judgment creates separation. But if I can watch what appears to be something happening that I don't agree with, or maybe a mistake, and I say, I remember when I made a mistake. I remember when I was nervous and had to talk in front of people. I remember that time, and we start to build compassion. We start building compassion for that which we're observing, and we get to see that that person is maybe afraid as well. They're afraid too. And as the observer starts to have compassion for the observed, they become one. The observer and the observed become one. How can they not? How can they not? When we open our hearts to that which is happening in front of us, we notice our judgment, we notice our criticism. We just notice it. Okay, there we go again. There's that critical part of me. And then we find our hearts and we say, that person is living their purpose out loud. Who am I to judge that? I'm going to commend them for saying yes to their purpose in this moment. And he and I, or she and I, we become one. Because they're on this path too. They're on this journey just like you and I. They're suffering, whatever it is that they're suffering, just like you and I. They have their joys, just like you and I. Do you know what the most important organ in the body, I'm turning into a nurse right now. Do you know what the most important organ in the body is? Liver, brain, heart, lungs, kidneys too, those are important. The skin, someone said. The skin is the most important organ in the body. You know why? It's what causes us to think that we're separate from each other. Yeah. We think we're separate from each other because we each have this skin sack wrapped around us. Yes. I'm going to read a quote. I don't have the slide for this one. But in the Radiance Sutras, it says, attend to the skin as a subtle boundary containing vastness. Enter that pulsing vastness and know there is no other but you. So the skin is a subtle boundary that contains vastness. Have you ever thought about your skin like that? No, I hadn't either. But if you think about it, It is what tells us that we're separate. But if we put our attention, I want you to do that right now. I want you to put your attention on your skin and just look at it as a subtle boundary that contains the vastness of the universe in each and every cell that your skin is made of. And as you put your attention on your skin and just see the godness, see the holiness, see the expansion of the cells of your skin expanding out into the universe. Yes, yes. This is who we are. This is who we are. Take a deep breath in, yes. So just remember that when you're seeing another and who is living their purpose, and sometimes it makes, someone's living out loud, it makes us uncomfortable. We just remember that they just have this skin sac just like ours. And that as the 4 agreements has taught us, the last agreement, the 4th agreement, is that everyone is doing the best that they can in each and every moment. Everyone is doing the best that they can, given the tools that they were given the upbringing that they were given wherever they're at in consciousness. If we can understand that everyone is doing the best that they can, in each and every moment, boom, our heart is opened. Our heart is opened to compassion, to understanding, to love of that one who's in a skin sack of subtle boundaries, this subtle boundary of vastness. Yes, I say yes to that. And so Reverend Sharon Dunn of the Sacramento Centers for Spiritual Living, she says, our passion ignites our purpose. And as we align ourselves with that inner feeling, we transform it to the next level, sharing it outwardly. So our passion ignites our purpose. So sometimes we don't feel very passionate, right? Sometimes you wake up and like, ugh. Sometimes we wake up, woohoo! Yes. So we just take those good days and put them to use. Get as much out of them as we can. And the other days we call our practitioner and say, help. So we have a passion, a light, a fire. It's a fire that resides within each and every one of us. And you know, I'm going to charge you that you know what it is, what lights you up, what makes you happy when you share it. You know what that is. Yes, indeed. Something that you love doing. And how can you share that with the world? You guys shout out. Tell me something that you love doing. Music. Travel, dancing, laughing, singing, hugging, swimming, cooking. I like cooking. Yes. When you even said the word, could you feel, did your body have a bodily response to that? When I said cooking, my body was like, yes. Yes. So that's our soul, that seed of potentiality that's been buried within us, wanting to come out and express itself as you and your passionate purpose. So I say yes to that. Can I hear you say yes to that? Yes. Ooh, that was good. That was really good. On the first try, I'm so proud. That was great. So my last question for you, I started out with a question, did I not? So my last question, what would you do today if you were brave? What would you do? I charge you to go out and do it. And so it is. Thank you.
All right, what a beautiful talk.
Ooh, next level you. Open up, take a chance. Open up, take a chance.
Open up, take a chance. Tell the universe what you're feeling. Don't hold back, no. All that fear, all that doubt, oh, it gets your mind to reeling. Living without, don't be living without. 'Cause you got to give up all your kicking and screaming. Get your heart dreaming about next level you. Oh, next level you. Listen up, listen close to that whisper you've been hearing. That's a clue trying to get to you. Oh, makes no diff where you've been, 'cause right now you will be steering into the light. Oh, that's right, 'cause you got to give up all your kicking and screaming. Come on now, and get your heart dreaming about next level you. Next level you. Ooh, now this is your part. I'm gonna be next level me. Sing it with me now. I'm gonna be next level me. Oh, I'm gonna be next level me. Let me hear you now. I'm gonna be next level me. So you got to give up all your what? Kicking and screaming. And get yourself started dreaming about next level you. Oh, next level you. Let's end it with you guys singing with me. I'm gonna be next level me. Ooh, I'm gonna be next level me. Come on now, I'm gonna be next level me. Yeah, I'm gonna be next level me. Next level me. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just awesome, awesome. Absolutely. And now it is our time to share and to give. So I would invite the ushers up here, please, and let me tell you who they are. They are Vivian, Carrie, Florette, and Lorraine. And by the way, this is an excellent way of doing service to kind of dip your toe and begin the journey of being of service to your community. So if you want to step into service, being an usher, or find out other ways of being of service, just ask the welcome team as you leave. They'll be up in the front. And so, please, let me forward this. Yes. As we give, before we give and before the ushers pass around the basket, please join me in sharing this affirmation of gratitude and of giving, because it is as we give from the heart authentically, the law of circulation takes place and a bounty of goodness comes back. I've seen it work miracles in my life. I know many of you have. So please join me in this affirmation. I freely and gratefully give from the abundance that is me. We have great capacity for living, loving, and giving. I give today from joy and gratitude, and so it is. As the ushers pass around the basket, let me tell you and those of you at home or wherever you're watching us from on social media the different ways of giving. But by the way, in both of the websites, Seal Beaches and Namaste's, the platforms for giving are still effective there, whether it's Venmo or Give Plus. You can also on your phone text us and text the number that you see on the screen, or you can go to the newsletters or our websites, and there are easy ways of donating. Just know that gratitude is a circle that keeps on coming back in. Through what you give of your time, talent, or treasure, you also receive. And so, as the ushers finish, and by the way, if you are tithing online, which I would recommend, many of us are, if you are not giving here, just pass your hand over the basket and just bless that offering that is taking place. I would, at this moment, ask the practitioners to stand wherever you are. And for everybody else, please see them. Know that they are licensed practitioners. They have attended many courses to be able to be here with you. They are trained in praying with you for anything that is not in alignment with your highest good, for yourself and for others. So please know that they are available after service. They will be here. Prayers prosper here, over at the corner. So if you feel the need for yourself or for somebody else, please see them.
Oh, we are grateful, so very grateful. We're filled with love.
And now I would like to invite Reverend Veronica for the benediction.
Thank you. Thank you, Ray. All right. This is our benediction. We like to close service. All right. So if you are able and you want to stand, please do. We're going to stand and we're going to get our body into this. This is not just a closing prayer. This is an embodied prayer, okay? Are we ready, music team? All right. Here we go. Okay. This is a reminder to all of us that we are life. Let us start. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. Woo. What is it called? It is this thing called life. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So tell me, where is life? Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is all that I am. Life is all that we are. Woo! Life is all that we are. Yes, indeed. So we have this thing called life, right? What are we going to do with it? I accept it. I am it. And I share it with all. And how do we do that? Just the way it appears and just the way it appears not. And the most important affirmation we can ever place out into the universe. Let's feel it down from our toes. Feel it all the way up into our legs, into our torso, as we all say together, thank you, life. Woo! Yes. Woo!
When the walls come tumbling down, I choose joy. What do I choose?
I choose joy.
That's right. When the world starts spinning around, I choose joy.
I choose joy.
That's right. When my heart is hard to move, when my music's lost its groove, when I have too much to prove, I choose joy. Tell me what I choose. That's right. Then sing it with me. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Sing it again, yeah. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. One more time, yeah. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Last time, yeah. Joy, 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 joy. What do you choose? We have a latecomer, Reverend Bobby. What do you choose? Joy. All right, that's good. Roz, tell me what you choose, girl.
I choose joy.